we move to flooding in Manitoba. Spring's around the corner. There's a good chance Peguis First Nation will flood again. The Fisher River has flooded in Peguis 6 times in 18 years. Federal governments, including yours, have spent at least $24 million since 2006 to help Peguis fight floods. But it is largely at the point of recovery and some preparation. Will your government commit to funding a permanent flood protection solution at Peguis? Can you confirm if you're actively looking at a permanent solution or not?
We are absolutely looking at future-proofing communities right across the country, particularly vulnerable Indigenous communities. We know that the people in Peguis have faced extraordinary difficulty, going back to a flood, I think it was 2011, where they were displaced as well, and some even haven't returned. We need to do more. Part of our disaster adaptation and mitigation strategy is all about building up infrastructure and making sure that floods in the future do not have the same devastating impact on communities, even as we're working very closely with the community to give them the supports now so people can go home and people can feel safe now.
They can't, though, right? And 900 evacuees from Peguis right now are listening, and they're still not at home. One man CBC spoke with was in 7 hotels in the past 9 months and still doesn't have a timeline. I think the point is that permanent solution, and you can't put just a ring dike around Peguis because of the way that the topography is there. But I'm wondering whether or not your government this morning will commit to funding that flood protection. The chief estimates it will exceed $100 million, and it may be, in fact, a series of dikes. Can you make that commitment to Manitobans?
Listen, we are in constant communication with Chief Hudson on what is needed both immediately around safety and repatriation efforts, but also around community infrastructure and flood mitigation. We know that we cannot keep doing this. We need to make sure that the community is safe going forward, even as we help people now, and that's what we're working very, very closely on them with.
Do you feel a sense of responsibility when this happens so frequently to a community that was displaced in the first place from their land? At what point do you feel that?
Absolutely. The federal government in so many cases, whether it's residential schools, whether it's forcible displacement and relocation, whether it's any range of things from child and family services to education to health, has repeatedly over the past generations and centuries failed in its responsibility to be true partners in respect with Indigenous peoples. And we have a lot of work to rebuild that trust and respect. And we've done a lot, but there's a lot more to do, as you point out, and we will continue to be there.